Sparx here with the second turning weave tutorial in our series of 3. So the first one looked like this, and today's one looks like this. So if you missed out on the first one and you're like, I want to learn it, it's alright, I'll pop the link below. But let's focus on this second variation of a turning weave. So last time the turn happened when the hoop was on the opposite side of the body to the hand that was holding it. This time the turn is going to happen on the same side of the body as the hand that's holding it. Part of the idea of this whole kind of 3 turning weave series is that it's all a gripped hoop move. We're not having to do any tricky grip changes or transitions, so we can be confident that the hoop's not going to fly off and we'll be able to flow more easily because we won't be as concerned about the techie tech. So, toes are facing this direction, the hoop is in the side plane. We go over and across, around and back. Over and across, around and back. Now it's when it's in this back position, where it's down low on the same side of the body as the hand that's holding it, that's where we want to do the turn. So it's going to pull us backwards into that turn. So we go over and across, around and back. You can see my hands having to it's because I'm doing it in slow motion, but my hands having to hold the hoop in this kind of slightly awkward position. So it's okay to let your hand relax. Once the hoop's kind of moving more in flow, it'll become easier. So we go over and across, around and back, toes turn to face towards the hoop, palm is up, thumb is on top of the hoop. Keep the hoop going in the direction it was traveling, so the thumb's going to travel out to the side and the thumb is now pointing up, out this way. So our toes want to turn and face the hoop. Keep pushing that thumb up, keep the hoop in this plane here. Look at your thumbs, make sure you don't actually kind of accidentally twist it off center. Look, 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 look. Thumb is pointing back behind the head. And then we're going to turn toes towards where your hand is. So that side of the body. Thumb's going to come down, but at this point we get a bit trapped by our shoulder. So we need to turn our toes to point the direction they were pointing when they started quite quickly and let the hoop drop back down into its flow. Just there. Let's do that again. I'm going to show you in slow-mo just one time so that you can troubleshoot yourself. You might pick up something that was going wrong for you, and then I'll talk through it one more time so it looks like this. Okay, let's have a look. So, doing our weave, hoop comes over and across, around and back, stops towards the feet, toes turn and face forwards. Thumb goes up, toes turn and face the hoop. Thumb points behind the head, toes turn and face away from me. Thumb's now pointing out to this side. As the hoop comes over to drop down, thumb pointing towards the ground, we let gravity and momentum pull us around, toes pointing back to where they started and into our weave. One more time. Over and across, around and back, toes towards the hoop, keep that hoop traveling, toes towards the hoop, keep that hoop traveling. Another quarter turn with the toes, keep the hoop traveling, toes back to where they started and around. The main thing that goes wrong for people in this move is that when the hoop is above your head, for some reason, if you don't look at it, it seems like the body often wants to twist it off its center. So you want to keep looking at it and let it pull you around. And just like in the last tutorial, if you want to do it quicker, then you can take it from like a 4-point turn to like a 2-point turn or like a single leg turn. If you do want to do a bit of a pivot, I recommend that you pivot on the right foot if you're in your right hand, and you pivot on the left foot if you're in your left hand. So if you're in your right hand, you'll use your left foot to push, because it kind of comes across, so the weight's in the left foot, and then as it comes back, we can push the weight around. So using the left foot to push off if you're in the right hand, using the right foot to push off if you are in the left hand. For all you left-handed hoopers that are like, she didn't show it to us in the left hand last time, I apologize, I will show it to you in the left hand this time. So the other tutorial I didn't show you in the left hand, sorry. All right, I'll face this way so it makes more sense. Left hand, we go over and across, around and back. It comes down towards the toes. Toes face the hoop. Out to the side, open wide. Toes face the hoop. Up and over. Toes face away from where they started as the thumb points towards the ground, opening out. We turn and face the hoop. So another thing I've just realised that is might help you make sense of this move, particularly if you're learning it with the last one, is with this move, every time that we sorry, I'm facing the wrong way for you. Every time that we turn, our arm is pulling open. So we go pull, open, turn, and here it's open out to this side and turn. When we do the other turn, and I'll face this way so you can see, when we do that cross body turn, when the hoop's across the body, the hoop is always being pulled by an arm that's like bicep to chin. And same here, it's across the body. So for the turn that happens on the same side of the body as the hand that's holding it, which is the one that we just learnt today, we think of an open arm pulling us around. And for the other turn that we learned in the last tutorial, we think of a closed arm pulling us around. So our chest is closed off as we get dragged around. And it is very much, all of these turns are very much like the hoop leading the body. That's how it feels. It's like the hoop's dragging you around and you're just following it with your body. So let's do it one more time just for funsies. Over and across, around and back, turn and face the hoop, turn, 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 look at the thumb and drop it back into a weave. I hope you got it. Feel free to drop questions below if you are stuck with anything, and click on subscribe and the little bell so you get the updates, particularly for the next turning weave tutorial, which is going to be this one. Woo! Which is the more advanced version. We're going to step it up a notch in the next tutorial. So until then, enjoy your weaves, enjoy your flow, have a play with what gripping the hoop allows you to do when you're not as scared of it flying off somewhere. And I will see you next time. Happy hooping!